Hey everyone, welcome to my screencast for the day 4.3 Natural Selection Simulation Lab. Some of you guys can access the PhET simulation online on your computers, but some of you guys are experiencing some issues um, because you guys don't have JavaScript on your computer or it's just not compatible. And that's not your fault because I actually ran into the same issue in the school computers. So if you are having issues running the simulation, this screencast is for you. Okay? All right, so remember, like I reviewed in class, I'm not going to go over all of this. I'm just going to go ahead and start showing you task number one. And so you can look at what's happening and then you could answer your question number one. Remember, our question number one is after running the simulations, right? I'm going to click on brown fur, select equator as my environment, and then I'm going to let the simulation run for a few generations and then introduce the predator. Okay, and then we're going to repeat that few times and we're going to see what happens. So after running the simulations for multiple generations, what do you notice about the population of bunnies? As more and more generations of bunnies are born, are more desirable or undesirable traits being passed on? And I'm talking about the ability to produce offspring that survives themselves to reproduce again. Four complete sentences. So let's go to our simulation. I'm going to follow this right here. So brown fur, add a friend, and then press play. We are already in our equator environment, so we are good. Like they said, let the generations increase before I add our predator. Okay, so here comes the predator. Please note what is happening as soon as I add the predator to our environment, our equator environment. Okay, that is task number one. You will answer your question number one. Okay, I'm going to move on. You can just stop the screencast and go ahead and answer it. I'm going to go to task number two. I'm going to reset it. This time I'll click on brown fur, but instead of the equator environment, I will select Arctic. Okay, and then we'll see exactly what happens. After that, you will answer question number two and three and go ahead and submit this as your asynchronous work for today. Okay, now I selected the Arctic environment. Have you noticed the environment change? Okay, we're going to let the populations, the generations multiply. Okay, let time pass before we add our predator factor. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and answer number two. Okay, after running the second simulation of bunnies, what do you notice about the population in the Arctic environment? Do you notice any differences from the first simulation? Formulate a hypothesis, so that means that you're going to come up with a claim why you are seeing a difference or not. Three complete sentences. Question number three, review your responses for question number one and two. Reflect on your results. and think about these populations in relations to natural selection. If you have a population of bunnies with 50% having brown coats and 50% of the bunnies having white coats, which or what would one color of bunnies be more fit in the Arctic environment? How does the survival of the bunnies explain evolution by natural selection? That's the three complete sentences to answer that. And go ahead and make sure you submit that so you get your credit for your asynchronous work for day number 4. Okay, thank you guys for watching my screencast. I hope you guys enjoyed it and really picked up on some good information about natural selection.